Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is a new series that I'm starting. This is Alien Vendetta. This is a Doom mod that's a little older than the other stuff I've covered. It's from, the original release was in 2001, and then it was re-released in 2002, making a couple changes and replacing one of the maps, so I'm playing the 2002 release. There was also a 2016 re-release, which is called Black Label, which changed the first two maps to be different ones. And I will be playing all of those different maps, but for the first, just like normal run through, you know, the maps that are the same across all the versions, which is most of them, I'm going to be playing with the 2002 release. And then I'm also using the community MIDI pack, that was released in 2022, I believe. And so this MIDI that we heard on the title screen, that is an original MIDI by Lee Jackson, who also composed for Rise of the Triad, so that's pretty cool. And then all of the MIDIs are from community members that were made for this pack, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, that's all I've got to say, I think, so let's get right into it. We can see that they changed the names of the difficulties here, but AV.WAD is just the same as Ultraviolence, so yeah, let's get started. So yeah, like I said, this track is original. I'll be putting the names of the tracks, as you can see, in the final edited version. You can see these imps here that are in this kind of cool deep water effect. Or I guess it's like the deep slime effect here, deep nukage effect, something like that. And we can see some pretty cool lighting here. The pillars seem to cast shadows. Of course, this all had to be done manually. SynDoom does not actually do lighting like that. And we can come in here and grab the red key. Spawns a little trap here. And you can drop down into this slime, which has the deep water effect again, or a soul sphere and 4 secrets. I believe that the torch lighting here, where you can see the lighting sort of fades between different sectors, I believe that all the sectors are accidentally tagged as a secret individually, so that's why that happens. And you can also walk through this slime ball here for a super shotgun and the 5th secret, although it's really only the 2nd. And you come up here and kill a chain gunner to get a chain gun, so that's a pretty nice secret. Definitely helps to have the super shotgun. Never will hear me complain about having a super shotgun. And this map here is pretty easy. I mean, most WADs you wouldn't expect map 1 to be difficult, but Alien Vendetta does get pretty difficult later on down the stretch. Probably comparable in difficulty to Struggle, I'd say. Definitely a little more difficult than Valiant. So we'll see how that turns up, considering that I didn't actually max Struggle and I use saves, so yeah, I won't be using saves or anything. This will be a normal UV max. And this torch here seems to cast light here, which looks pretty cool. Of course, like, this was also done manually like the other lighting I was talking about. But I really like the attention to detail that the mappers pay too. The attention to detail that the mappers pay in this WAD, especially to the lighting. It looks very nice. And these bricks here have an off texture, so you can open them up and go through this strange looking teleporter. And that will bring you to this area, where you can grab a berserk and kill some imps. And now we can drop down here and go back to where we were. And we'll punch these guys. And then this switch here needs the red key, so with that we can press the switch to open the door down there. And this floor here does hurt. Most of the floor does not, but that one and then this one in the soul sphere secret do hurt. And here we can come to the exit, but it is closed right now, so I have to figure out how to open it. And I'll punch these guys, because why not? I can also grab some items here. I'll be trying to go for all items in this WAD, but if you fall down in this goo, you can lower this and then lower this over here for a secret, which gives you an armor, and you can kill those two guys. And those bars up there that you can see is the starting area, so kind of connects back to itself. And now there are 5 torches here. One of them is green, so if you press on that, it will open the exit. So that's all for this one. And we can go into this cool portal sky looking thing here. And that was Sunset by Martin Allen Hunsaker. So, pretty good first map, I'd say. Definitely shows the kinds of things, kind of like detail, I guess, that was not very common back when the WAD originally came out, especially in the lighting. If you look at something like Hell Revealed, which came out a couple years earlier, it's a pretty big difference. But yeah, the map in and of itself, I think it's a great map 1. I mean, you never expect a whole lot from map 1s, usually just a short little adventure. And the MIDI is good as well as this intermission screen MIDI. All the MIDIs from the MIDI pack I think are very good. The original Alien Vendetta used just like a lot of stock MIDIs from the AV.WADs and MIDIs from other games and stuff, but all of these are original. There's one original MIDI in the original Alien Vendetta soundtrack, and the guy who made it actually did a remake of it for the MIDI pack, so that's pretty cool. So we'll hear that in map 20, and yeah, I think that's all I've got to say for this one, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in map 2. Bye bye.